Welcome back to day number 3 of the 50th anniversary of the ROLEX Big Boat Series here in San Francisco, California. Hi, I'm Tucker Thompson, and the San Francisco Bay is one of the most predictable sailing venues on the planet. Based on the last 2 days of racing, here's what we can tell you. The ebb tide here is going to switch to a flood. The breeze is going to build into the high teens and 20s this afternoon, and the racing should be spectacular, but the one unknown is always the competition. A lot of points changed on the leaderboard, and we're only halfway through this regatta as we join the action back on the water.
Thank you.
We begin today where we did yesterday on the Berkeley Circle course with the start of the far 40s. Clearly one boat near the committee boat end is well over. They're working their way back against the grain. Here's the gun, and they're off. Foil tacks and ducks night shift, as well as number 14, who's on starboard. That's the regatta leader, Alex Roper's Plenty, with a 6-point advantage on this competitive fleet. Madman leads the J111 division next to approach the line. One boat very close to being over. The rest are off. Let's see if there's an X flag. Yes, one boat. 22, the red boat, and they know it. It was Big Blast, currently sitting 4 points behind Madmen in second, and now they've made life harder to catch the leader. Back up the track, the far 40s converge. Before the start, there were 2 breeze lines, one to the far left, one a slow build to the right, and it looks like the left has paid off. The crowd builds at the top. One boat makes it away from the fray. Plenty well out in front. America's Cup star tactician Terry Hutchinson at the helm. Back at the mark. Big crowd and a bigger group on starboard about to face a bunch of port tackers. And guess what? There is no room in the end. Oop, Kevin McNeil's night shift, number 12, has to decide whether he wants yellow paint to leeward or dark gray paint to windward. Looks like he'll take a bit of both. All but one Express 37 seems to like this favored left-hand side upwind, including Connie Richards' Golden Moon with a 6-point advantage on the fleet. At the leeward gates with the far 40s and Plenty still out in the lead. They've chosen to go to the right-hand gate looking upwind because of all the spinnaker traffic to the left-hand side. The current world champion behind them in second place. Now the rest of the fleet piles in, pretty much splitting the left and the right sides evenly. It's a minefield for both the 111s heading downwind and the 40s heading upwind, trying to pick their way around each other's wind shadows. Here's Rob Thies and crew Aeolus out in front for the 111s. They'll choose the left-hand gate looking upwind and head to that favored side, uncontested and in clear air. Impressive comeback for Big Blast. Remember, over early, well now in second and ahead of Madmen. They were 4 points behind Madmen going into this, and to be honest, I don't even see them at the mark yet. Not sure what happened to Madmen. They must have been bad men last night here in San Francisco. They're in dead last and will take a big flyer to the right to try and catch up. Two boats are close enough, but Golden Moon is holding them both off. The Express 37s are also heading to the leeward mark. It's Fat Jack having their best race of the series so far, giving Golden Moon trouble. Named after the owner's son, Jack, who's actually a skinny kid. Looks like they're setting up for a jibe. The other threat is Expeditious on their leeward side, but even they can't catch Golden Moon. Upwind, the far 40s head to the finish. And here, Alex Roper's Plenty adds another point to their already impressive lead. Upwind in the J111s. Aeolus hasn't won a race yet, but with a lead that impressive, it's almost impossible not to get a bullet as they head for the finish. And they've nailed it. And next to finish are the Express 37s. It's Kami Richards' Golden Moon adding another bullet to their already perfect score. We've moved to the starting line of the second race on the Alcatraz course. The multi-hulls are on their way upwind, and this is the ORR division. Severe current. Just look at how slow going it is. The boat's fast through the water, but just barely crossing the line. Wayne Coyd's Encore midline start with his bow forward is currently leading this division overall. Melgus 24s push the foul current next. 3 seconds to go to their start. Viva leads the fleet. In addition to Golden Moon, Viva here to leeward is the only other boat in the Big Boat Series with all bullets. Talk about zero to absolute full throttle. As you can see, the multi-hulls are next. It's going to be a long and fast course for them as they ramp up to full speed. No matter what size the boat, the flood current still affects them, Orion Tax Insure. For the J70s, it's also a long starboard parade above Alcatraz and inshore past the city front. We find the J105s reaching, or actually heading upwind off of Sausalito, heading back upwind towards the Bay Bridge. 119 out in front. Mojo, good race. And our lead ORR boat has joined the J105s. It's Swiftsure, Steve Taft at the helm. Big breeze once you get back out into the bay, and it's funneling up here, and you can't see the pups until they smack you down on your side. Mojo is in the lead of the 105s, but possibly not for long. With that, the door is open for Donkey Jack to take the lead. The back eddies and the current on the water is absolutely wild out here. It's going in every single direction. Swiftshire's finally gotten inshore and found a spot to set. In this race, they are all but unstoppable. And BCOM is back to her winning ways again, heading upwind. With 51 courses to choose from, these fleets are using up the entire bay. It's been a long day crisscrossing the bay, and finally the fleets finish right here off of the St. Francis Yacht Club. Swiftsure earns another bullet. And there's been a lot of talk in sailing these days about adding more reaching legs and distance races, and clearly that's another forward-thinking thing that the St. Francis Yacht Club has incorporated into this year's 50th anniversary of the Big Boat Series. No matter where they sail on the bay, they always finish right here off of the St. Francis Yacht Club, where the crowd is building behind me, and of course it'll all culminate tomorrow, Sunday afternoon, the conclusion of the ROLEX Big Boat Series right here. I'm Tucker Thompson. We'll see you then.